Welcome back everybody to Automotive Inquiries. Today we're going to address a common issue that a lot of vehicles have. The airbag module light that comes on in your gauge cluster in the vehicle. Now what I'll tell you is if it comes on and stays on, you're probably going to have to take it to an actual Ford dealership so they can diagnose that. But if you pay really close attention to that light, a lot of times it's going to start with a flash and then it's going to go off warning you that it's about ready to give you the code. And then you're going to count the first set of flashes. So it might flash 1, 2, 3, 4 times, go off. The next set is your next number. In this case, this 2005 Ford Taurus was illuminating a 49 code, a P49, so an airbag code. If you go to the internet, Google and everything like that, go to a couple websites to confirm that everybody's getting that same answer. If you don't feel comfortable, call your Ford service dealership and basically ask them what a P49 code is going to be. In that instance, it has to do with the seat track module on the actual seat of the Taurus. So a lot of people have on the internet ways to go ahead and fix that would be to go underneath the seat, disconnect everything, spray some WD-40 in there, take a little copper brush and clean those connectors, and hopefully that rectifies the problem. We did that in this case. Getting underneath the seat in this Ford Taurus is pretty tough. Not a lot of room to work with, but you can disconnect them and be very, very careful with those connectors. They usually have a push pin on one side. You're going to have to push it and crimp it. Use a flat blade screwdriver to push down on one side to get it done. Do not pull on the wire harnesses themselves because you can actually cause more problems doing that. So in this instance, I got in there, cleaned them. Everything looked right. Little did I know that this little piece right here was actually going to nowhere on the other side of the seat. Now this can come disconnected or torn in this case for various reasons. People moving the position up, sorry for my stuttering, too many times, or dropping something down there that's caught on the wires. In this instance, the previous owner had seat covers. Well, when they pulled them off, they actually ripped the wires from the actual connector itself and pulled the seat track sensor off. It probably went to the trash and nobody knew the difference. But just looking underneath there, this is all plugged in, nobody would know the difference. Well, looking inside the car is very, very difficult. So if you look inside the Ford Taurus, 4 bolts basically held that seat in. You can tilt it back once the 4 are off and disconnect your connectors fairly easily. Once you get that out, we can look at everything underneath there. Okay, I don't see anything crazy. The actual wires themselves aren't frayed. Now that normal tearing in the outer wiring cover is normal. Everything looks good, and we took real good care on getting it out. But until I got the actual seat out of the vehicle, I couldn't actually see where this piece was. This is the piece that was left just looking like it was doing its job. It actually needs the remaining piece of this. This tells the airbag system how far the seat is forward to deploy or not if somebody short's driving it versus somebody tall is driving it. And what that does is when I got in here and looked, everything looked normal. All the wires looked great and everything like that. But what we can see right here, this broken piece of plastic is this piece right here. And then what happens is this goes up in this track and this magnet right here reads it, sends it to a sensor and tells the airbag to deploy or not. So what I'm going to do is I'll take that off and I'm going to replace this piece. When you go to a junkyard, you can look for this piece, but you don't know what you're getting. An airbag helps you sustain life in an accident. So I would suggest all the junkyards, I said they would quote me the piece about $20. Brand new from Ford, it was $40. And you know exactly what you're getting, a brand new part. The last thing I want to tell you before we end this session is once you mount it, make sure you pay attention to where all the rest of the wires are ran over the seat track. Don't get careless and start putting it wherever you can fit it, because there's very little clearance. This will rip out again. So make sure that we pipe it through the same spot that the other wires are through. It'll then connect underneath the seat, put the seat back in, connect all the connectors, and you're safe to go again. So again, this should work on just about every single vehicle out there when it comes up to an airbag light. Again, pay attention. If the lights go off and you didn't get it counted, then just shut off the vehicle, restart it, and pay attention to that first one. It's going to shut off. Your next set is your first number. Your second set of lights is going to be your second. And then get on the internet and research those codes. It may have this seat sensor on both sides. It may not. We don't know, and it's very vehicle specific. But while you have it underneath here, go ahead and take a look at all the rest of your wiring and everything. Make sure everything's good to go. And then like I said, once you get on and reconnect everything, the airbag light will go off and you guys are safe to go. If you guys have any questions or comments about this video, feel free to comment below. I'll get back to you as soon as we can. And we'll see you next time on Automotive Inquiries. Have a great day.